Sophie. Hello, and welcome back to the chaos that is our society. This is breaking news. YouTube partnership program enabled disgraced YouTubers ONISION and Kai to prey on children. So apparently ONISION was some YouTuber back in the Tumblr days. There were some allegations against him where he might be potentially a fan of the playground. Well, now this just came out from the Haba law firm. Survivor of online child sexual exploitation files groundbreaking lawsuit against YouTube and ex-YouTubers ONISION and Kai. Orlando, Florida press release, February 8th, 2023. The Marsh law firm and the HABA law firm have jointly filed a federal lawsuit against YouTube. This is against YouTube. So James Jackson ONISION and Lucas Jackson Kai on behalf of Regina Alonso. ONISION and his spouse openly groomed and exploited Regina when she was a child. Yeah, so ONISION was using his spouse as an accomplice as well to groom these young women. Who does that sound like? Google and YouTube enabled predators ONISION and Lainey Kai to openly target and groom Regina with all of their fans watching, filed today in the United States District Court for the Middle District of Florida. This case, Regina Alonso versus Google LLC. This is a doozy. ONISION and Kai illustrate how unmonitored online predators get away with trafficking ventures. So yeah, it's one of those stories. As a society, we cannot stand by and ignore the predators targeting our children from a few clicks away. As you guys know, from my history, this is a subject that very personally affects me as well. I am very educated on the danger that so many young women are in on the internet and how many monsters there are out there trying to take advantage of them in an inappropriate manner. Despite numerous complaints about ONISION, YouTube did nothing and continued to promote his deeply harmful online and offline behavior. YouTube could have prevented all of this, but instead racked up revenue and provided sanctuary for ONISION to lure, identify, and recruit vulnerable children for grooming and ultimately exploitation. We hope that Regina receives the justice she deserves. Aye, aye. Regina Alonso versus Google LLC, YouTube, James Jackson, and Lucas Jackson. This is a civil action for damages against YouTube and its parent company, Google, James Jackson, known online as ONISION, and Lucas Jackson, formerly known as Laineybot, Lainey or Kai, under the federal statutes 18 USC 1595, Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act. Civil remedies for personal injuries and related state law claims arising from defendant's conduct when it granted an agency or profit-sharing relationship to a predator, ONISION, that used YouTube to identify, recruit, solicit, and groom children, and coordinated with his spouse, Lainey, to lure, entice, and solicit children for the ultimate goal of engaging in sexual activity with them. Here is the case file. I mean, this is just really terrible that this keeps happening. Yeah, apparently he was known as a predator when faced with allegations against him, began a series of attacks against the victims online in an effort to intimidate and threaten his victims into silence. Yep, and this Lainey or Kai person was used to entice underage children to engage in acts and exchange child material. Wow, wow, wow. It's like they're all the same. Horrible. A sophisticated predator is skilled at creating confusion, deception, and doubt, but simultaneously gaining trust, acceptance, and affection or love from the victim. The predator will charm others and convince the responsible adults around their victim that nothing is amiss or should be concerning. Like I said, I have personal experience with someone like this, and this is 100% accurate. Making these videos is difficult for me. I care a lot about children and the state of society and where our society is going. And it hurts that there are just so many of these people hurting kids, hurting young women, using young women like myself to cover up their heinous activities. I hate that women are contributing to this by being an accomplice. That is horribly messed up and despicable. So yeah, this guy has been an internet persona since 2006, 2007. Pretty interesting that the CEO of Google just stepped down. There was a new one that just replaced her. I don't know. It's a conspiracy theory, but I wonder if she didn't want to deal with this mess. So yeah, so he was the type, right? He became widely known for his commentary, which was objectifying, offensive, and controversial, but had 2 million subscribers. Classic, just like using your clout to get the attention of young girls and then use it against them. It's just horrible, disgusting. He targeted underage girls online and provided material that appealed to that age group, such as comments on body image, appearance, self-identity, unaliving ideology, and similar topics. He would also rate and comment on pictures of people and their bodies, often sent to him by young teen girls. And YouTube's algorithm specifically targeted minors with the interests of, self-image and identity, looking for guidance, and suggested ONISION's harmful and controversial content to minor teen users. I see. Oh, this guy was on television. Of course he was. Oh, and he had several YouTube channels, and they were all monetized. ONISION used his fame and platform to objectify children, to form relationships with underage girls and entice them, groom them, and arrange transportation across state lines and facilitate further grooming and activities. Wow. His partner was 17 years old, and they got married in 2012. Wow, wow, wow. And Lainey began flirting and grooming underage girls that were fans of ONISION through the YouTube platform. Those girls were invited to Lainey and ONISION's home with intent to engage in acts and three-way encounters with the couple. YouTube was put on notice many times that ONISION was violating the YouTube terms of service, but YouTube took no action. Because YouTube was making a lot of money through this guy, apparently. After flirting with and grooming Regina, the one who's doing this court case, from ages 14 to 17, they invited her to visit their home in Washington. Then she was replaced. It's just a sign that YouTube prioritized profit over the protection of young women. Should have taken him down, but then he had all those other channels. Ugh. Yeah, the fact that YouTube was like recommending his videos to young girls, that's really messed up. The sign of the times, I think. I'll post the links to these 2 files if you guys want to read through them on your own time. Yeah, this is terrible. Wow. So in 2012, Regina was 12 years old and Googled how to unalive yourself, and Google recommended ONISION's video that shamed people for wanting to do that. Yeah, it's crazy. This world does not need people like this. Take them away. They're both horrible, disgusting freaks. Let's take a look at them, shall we? Let's put a face to the name, as we do. Comments are turned off now. Go figure. That's them. Couple of disgusting groomers. Absolutely nothing to see here, guys. Don't call the FBI, please. And a punch to the face, eh? This guy looks totally normal, right? Totally normal. All these freaks, they all have this like look in their eyes that something is wrong. Like a dead stare. Classic with these freaks. Cover up my flaws. Imagine being such a disgusting woman. It's despicable. Horrible to see. This is them. Nothing wrong here at all. No red flags. But the crazy thing is that like so many people did see the red flags, but YouTube didn't listen. Frequently requested that the underage girl send pictures, and yep, it's CP, trafficking. It's horrible. Yeah, Kick is definitely a platform where grooming is rampant It's what my P3DOX would use as well. That in Snapchat. Looks like Blair White has been on this story for a few years now, actually, because Lainey transitioned into Kai in 2019 when these allegations started. Transitioning? Another transition to avoid accountability after allegations? At what point are we allowed to say that this is a trend? Ugh, man.
Has happened with her, or I cuddled in bed with her, that none of that has ever happened.
I cuddled with Kai when I was 16 and crying in bed. He DM'd me, "Hey, how old are you?" And I said, "Hey, Lainey, I'm 14.
Were there ever any inappropriate text messages sent from Kai, who again is ONISION's partner, to you?
Yeah, but he would send me like pictures of like him without the top on. Basically, Kai was taking selfies and he sent me a few of the selfies, and one of them, he didn't have any bottoms on, but he had a shirt on, and one of them, like his entire like private was in the picture. There was at least one picture that I had sent of me when I was 15, topless, to Kai.
Yes, Kai was 19 and I was 16.
Did Kai talk to you sexually when you were underage?
Yes.
I know that I'm a victim of a crime via Kai because of the pictures that we had exchanged. I will always have this trauma that I have to deal with for the rest of my life. And it is trauma because I'm only 19 years old. This has been going on for years and years and years. Sometimes when I think about it too much, my arms will lock up and I'll just like get really, really tense in my shoulders and I'll just like shake.
You look attractive, and then it ended up into, oh, I love you, you're sexy, oh, that's hot.
Was she flirting with you?
Yes. I would say it turned seductive 3 to 6 months into the friendship. It was pretty quick. We started video chatting, we would FaceTime, we would Skype chat, and then there was one night that I got on Skype chat with Kai, and Kai did not have a top on.
So Kai, as an adult, showed up on a Skype topless.
Yes.
Communicating with you as a 15-year-old kid.
Yes.
And then Lainey is saying, I'm pretty sure that comes with a whole F me package.
Pretty much.
Kai was actively and openly asking for underage fans to send nudes. Here's a screen cap from actually 2015 where she's saying to Sarah, I have a meal for you. Here's a screenshot between Kai and Regina. Regina is the moderator that I was having this conversation with. I asked, how old was everyone here? Some were when I was 16. Some were when I was 17. I think Kai was 19 or 20.
I just wanted to make a short video talking about this. And as you guys all know, I am on the side of exposing these horrible, monstrous freaks whenever we can. We need to stick together and bring them to light. I will link this down below if you want to take a look at these. Yeah, I hope that these girls get some justice for what happened to them. I sympathize with them. On a personal level, it's time people start speaking up about heinous behavior. It doesn't matter who does it, you know. I will be probably keeping up with this story, so please subscribe down below if you want to be updated on this or other stories like this. I will continue to fight the good fight and expose as many of these horrible people as possible until my mental health can't handle it anymore. The internet seems to be pretty happy that finally some justice is being served for this ONISION person. Feel free to leave any details I might have left out down in the comments. So, until next time, stay safe out there. See you in the next one.